Braka, everybody. Welcome. We are back. Full effect. I'm hoping my speaker and everything will work because it is extra loud in this joint, man. Wow. Well, we'll hope all is well, but entities inside me and entities that want to take control of your children's money. I'm going to first play something of the deity or spirits that make mistakes. God don't make mistakes, right? So with that being said, the Most High don't make no mistakes. What happens when something be put into your account and then you get charged for it? How do you feel? Let's hear both sides. But look at the title, a 10-year-old, they robbed her of her money. And now they want to cry wolf here, though.
Overnight courts asking the question, what would you do if you checked your bank account and suddenly found out you were a millionaire? That happened to a former Louisiana sheriff's dispatcher, and instead of notifying the bank, well, she quickly moved the cash into another account, used it to buy a home and an SUV. Kellen Spadoni, who you see here, was arrested for theft, and tonight is facing a lawsuit from Charles Schwab after she ignored several of their attempts, they say, to contact her and get the money back. Night court is now in session with civil rights attorney Robert Patillo and criminal defense attorney Brian Claypool. Welcome to you both.
Thanks, Shannon.
Hey, Shannon.
Well, let's start here with Exhibit A. On February 23rd, Schwab meant to transfer $82.56 into a Fidelity brokerage account, services account, but the company instead transferred $1,205,619. Court records said. So, Robert, is their mistake?
It's their mistake, but that does not mean you have a legal right to that amount of money. Even best case scenario, if you were able to keep it, good luck explaining to the IRS where $1.2 million came from and paying the taxes on that. This is no different than finding someone's wallet and deciding to keep it when they ask for it back. Or if a Brinks truck accidentally dropped money off at your door, it does not mean that you are legally entitled to it. There's legal precedents on it where people back in the old days would cash those publishers' clearinghouse checks that came to your house and occasionally bank to allow the transaction to go through, but then later on when they figured out the funds were not there, they would reverse it. So though I understand that most people don't have sympathy for big banks in situations like this, you don't have a legal right to it, and you're going to end up getting in more trouble than it's worth.
It sounds like she is right now, innocent until proven guilty, but facing a lot of charges. Exhibit B, then, we go to. The company argues in its lawsuit that Spadoni's account contract with Schwab, now this came from the Charles Schwab account, includes an agreement that if a client receives an overpayment of funds, the client is required to return the full amount. Brian.
Well, Shannon, first thing I'm going to do in the morning, I'm running over to Charles Schwab. I'm setting up my account there, and then fingers crossed, I get $1 million. Anyway, all kidding aside, last time I checked, we have a criminal court of law, not a moral court of law. And morally, this woman is incorrect, and she should do the right thing and transfer the money back. But the law is on her side, believe it or not, and I think it's going to trump that agreement that she signed, that she probably didn't even know what she signed, probably didn't even know what she read. But real quick, theft, felony theft is the charge. That means that this woman had to deprive money of someone else without their consent. Charles Schwab sent her the money, so that charge is going to get dropped. The last charge against her is bank wire fraud. Again, she has to show an intent to deprive Charles Schwab of money. Last time I checked, Charles Schwab made a mistake and sent the money to her. So in the real world, she might walk free and she might have $1.2 million. And she might have a wrongful termination case against the sheriff's department for firing her. They shouldn't have done that.
Well, she's got a world of trouble to fight her way out of now. I mean, Brian, maybe she'll call you up. You are the defense attorney of all defense attorneys. You've made your case. Robert has made his. And we're told, by the way, detectives have been able to get back about 75% of the money.
75% of the money. And they still... Well, in this turn, they totally wrong.
Story
Try
involving
to
an
sweep it
Arizona
under the rug.
family. They say a well-known bank is holding their money hostage.
Yeah, we were talking $2,100. It's not like it's a few bucks here. That money actually belonged to their family's 10-year-old daughter. On your side, Gary Harper here. You looked into this issue. Very interesting here.
Yeah, cute little girl.
Yeah.
She made the $2,100 by raising and selling chickens.
Right.
So, good for her.
Yeah.
This family does live in a rural part of the state, and they thought getting their daughter involved in raising some livestock would help teach some life lessons, and it has. But they did not expect this to happen. Here in Thatcher, Arizona, about 3 hours southeast of Phoenix, life moves a little slower. At 10 years old, Kinley Maynor enjoys rural life by raising and selling chickens.
I just thought that it would be like fun because when they're little, they're so cute.
Kinley proudly showed her chickens at the Graham County Fair and eventually put them up for auction.
About 1,200, and I have sold it.
In the end, her 6 chickens sold for a whopping $2,100, and the treasurer of the Small Stock Association wrote Kinley a check which was electronically deposited into Chase Bank.
So we cashed it, didn't think it would be a big deal, and the next day Chase closed Callie's bank account.
And Kinley's check was also frozen, meaning she actually did not get that $2,100. Kinley's mom, Callie, spent hours on the phone with Chase trying to get answers. Chase apparently told the family that the check was suspicious because bank officials looked up a phone number for the Small Stock Association and claimed it was out of service.
Their ultimate response is that, sorry, Kinley's not going to get her money back, and there's nothing we can do unless we can verify that check.
The guy who wrote the check has gone into Chase 3 different times saying, hey, this is me, you can verify it in person, and they said the only way to verify it is through that number on the phone.
And get this, a year later, Kinley still doesn't have her $2,100.
I was a little bit upset because I deserved that money and it was supposed to be mine.
She's a 10-year-old girl who worked hard for this money, and we think that she deserves to get the money that she rightfully earned.
So the family contacted On Your Side, and we shared Kinley's story with Chase Bank. And just a few hours after we did, Chase contacted Kinley and her family, apologized, and said they were overnighting a $2,100 check.
I was surprised when I got it. Also, I was excited.
The Maynards say it only happened with the help of On Your Side.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think if we wouldn't have contacted you guys, it was pretty much a dead end. I don't think we would have got the money back. I know Kinley's very happy about it as well.
$100 back, just like you saw, and there's even some more good news. She just finished another county fair, you guys.
Yeah.
She sold more chickens,
Okay.
and she made just a little over $1,500.
Oh my
So
gosh.
that college fund is really starting to,
Yeah.
growing its way up.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah.
She's such an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
This is why people call you, because they've been
Yeah.
working on this themselves for a year.
Yeah.
You made a call.
People that would take the stand. Well, banks are petty, ain't they? But it's the entity. Ye of the world will take care of its own. Now let's see what they're trying to do inside you.
November 14th, trying to plot tyranny. Now, I swear I ain't laying down to nothing that's coming next, but I got the video right here. And guess what's happening? Look, hearing, preparing for future pandemic. So now we got to catch them in the multiple layers of stuff today. We're going to catch them. Like, we're going to take you to the computer room. And we're going to look at this together. Because this hearing just happened. And then, bam. World Health Organization had their little mitigating, little disgusting, little pandemic bull crap. So if you ain't laying down the tyranny, let me get a hallelujah. Because I ain't laying down the tyranny. And check this video out. We're going to catch them in multiple freaking just slip ups. And we're not just looking at what they say, but how they say it.
On the issues that matter most and that would have the most significant
What you mean by the most in the future pandemics? And so it seems like they're micro-focusing on what they did last time, but how they can get better. That's what it seems like here. Let's go back into the video clip.
Since day one, I have said that the Select Subcommittee's mission must be collaborating to develop the forward-looking solutions to the nation better prepared for future novel viruses. Ways for novel viruses to emerge, be they in nature or in a lab, to focus on how we can.
Oh, now we're gonna say you'll be there in nature or in the lab. Yeah, we knew y'all was doing that, but it's like, oh, it ain't in the lab. You know, now they want to admit it.
In our schools so that they can be better prepared to maintain.
All right, let's move into the funding and the other key points.
ENITIES remains committed to supporting these efforts to advance pandemic preparedness and enhance international research capacity to respond to infectious disease. Continuous success in NIH preparedness and biodefense efforts is contingent upon sustained congressional support. The President's funding request includes $20 billion in mandatory funding for the Public Health and Social Services Fund, of which $2.69 billion will support NIH work.
Billy, this is the National Institute for Health Principal Deputy Director on the screen talking.
We appreciate your attention and support for these efforts. NIH will continue to meet the public health emergency needs by advancing high priority research into these threats. I thank you for your attention and welcome your questions.
So the research has begun.
Thank you, Doctor. I now recognize Dr. Watt, but mispronounced your name. Not what you're.
Let's get this pandemic started. Now Donald Trump is in, and we need to make sure we get everybody. Now, here's a Center for Disease Control Prevention Readiness Response Director.
I'm Henry Watt, the Director of CDC's Office of Readiness and Response. I'm here today to discuss how CDC is working every day to protect our health security and save lives by putting science into action to help people and communities prevent, detect, and respond to health threats at home and abroad. We're seeing more infectious disease threats than ever before, including emerging pathogens.
Where are we seeing that at? In your lab? Shut your old monopoly looking.
Things like avian influenza, viral hemorrhagic fevers like Ebola and Marburg, mpox, oral foosh, a new illness like.
Oh yeah, y'all made all that in the lab earlier this year. China and US funded. Look at this dude right here. He's like, here we go, man. I gotta leave the country because here comes another pandemic.
At the same time, many of the leading causes of death and the largest drivers of healthcare costs for Americans are non-infectious diseases such as heart disease, stroke, overdose, and suicide. CDC works in coordination with state and local health departments around the country to provide communities
This dude might be high.
with effective strategies to combat all of these threats. With about 80% of our domestic funds going directly to state and local partners,
80% of their funds. Perfect timing.
ourselves and partner with communities to protect Americans. We're also in over 60 countries around the world, increasing laboratory capacity and building workforce expertise so we can identify and stop pathogens at their.
Oh, so you all over there in the laboratory? Thanks for telling us what you're doing now. We know you finna drop it from the lab.
Stores, protecting Americans at home. The relationships that CDC builds in other countries means the first call on issues of health made when a health threat arises is often to CDC. It's a matter of national security that we maintain our world-class expertise to be the first to respond. The COVID-19 response.
This guy's like, huh? To be the first to respond. This plan is sickening. I can't believe this is gonna happen. I can't tell anybody but my family right now. That's how corrupt they are, honestly.
March showed a number of important successes, but it also exposed challenges and gaps that need to be filled. CDC, in conjunction with outside stakeholders, conducted an extensive review of our processes and organizational structure to document lessons learned and identify corrective actions. As this committee has heard before, the report identified a number of areas for improvement, including streamlining communication, sharing data faster, and promoting partnerships.
Streamline communication, actually taking over communication so that they only have people like them telling you what you need to hear. And we said that was coming. He's talking about it. They did an emergency communication plan earlier in the year with T-Mobile. Starlink might stop it from happening. We have access still. We'll see though. Now he's going to talk about what the CDC implemented.
Yes. The CDC has implemented over 160 key actions to drive accountability. These changes are seen every day in how CDC operates. Starting last respiratory season, CDC now has a public dashboard displaying COVID-19, flu, and RSV information all in one place.
He ain't know how to turn his TV up. I remember when I first did that. That's how my videos were too, till I got that smart. It's very low. That's on his end at HSE-TV. It's low on mine too, so we already know future references because the plan didn't work like they wanted to work in the first place. So I got a lot of noise in my background, so I can only imagine how it sounds over here. So thanks for bearing it on HSE-TV Entertainment. Braka, HSE-TV Entertainment, Souls of Righteousness. Until next time, see you.